My wife wants an open marriage, but only for her. I've been married to Emily for 6 years. 6 solid, faithful years. Or at least I thought they were solid. Turns out, I was about to get hit with something I never saw coming. She shifted on the couch, tucking her legs under herself like she always did when she was nervous. Her hazel eyes wouldn't meet mine. I braced myself. I thought maybe she was pregnant. Maybe she lost her job. Maybe something was wrong with her family. Nope, none of the above. I've been thinking a lot about us, about marriage, she started, voice soft, careful. And I feel like we're missing out on something. Missing out on what? I asked, confused. She hesitated, took a deep breath, and then she said it. I want to open our marriage. Now here's the thing. I've seen enough Reddit horror stories and internet drama to know that open marriage usually means I want to sleep with someone else, and I need your permission so I don't feel guilty about it. Still, I try to keep my cool. What do you mean by that? I think monogamy is limiting. I love you, but I feel like there's more to life than just us. More to life? What the hell did that even mean? We had a good life. A comfortable life. We weren't boring. We went on trips, had fun, kept things exciting. But now suddenly, she wanted more. I was already suspicious, but I wanted to hear her out. So, you want to see other people? I asked. She hesitated. Too long. Then, yes, I think it could be healthy. For us. For us. I repeated, raising an eyebrow. Now here's the kicker. The moment I asked, does this mean I can see other people too? She froze. Her mouth opened. Closed. Then she laughed like I just told the funniest joke in the world. Oh, babe, you wouldn't really want to, would you? And that's when it hit me. This wasn't about us having an open marriage. This was about her having an open marriage. I leaned back, staring at her, my mind racing. Because if she was asking this now, it meant one of two things. One, she was already cheating and wanted to ease her guilt. Two, she had someone lined up and was trying to make it official before she jumped in. So I asked her straight up, is there someone else? And just like that, the room got way too quiet. Emily stared at me, eyes wide like a deer caught in headlights. Her lips parted slightly, like she was about to say something, but no words came out. And that told me everything I needed to know. Jesus, Emily, I muttered, rubbing my hands over my face. You already have someone, don't you? That seemed to snap her out of it. She shook her head quickly, almost too quickly. No, it's not like that. Then what's it like? I shot back. She hesitated. Again. She was thinking, calculating, figuring out how to spin this so she didn't look like the bad guy. But I wasn't stupid. I wasn't going to let her dance around the truth. Who is he? I pressed. Emily sucked in a breath. Then, finally, she dropped her gaze to her lap. His name is Nathan. There it was. The confirmation. The proof that my marriage wasn't just missing something. It was already broken. How long? I asked, my voice tight. It's not like that, she said again, which was bullshit. How long? She swallowed hard. We met a few months ago. At work. I clenched my jaw. Emily worked in marketing. Long hours, networking events, business trips. I'd never questioned it before. Hell, I trusted her. But now I was seeing all the little details I'd ignored. The late nights. The extra time spent grabbing drinks with coworkers. The new lingerie she'd bought but never worn for me. It all made sense. Did you sleep with him? I asked, my voice dangerously calm. Her head snapped up. No. I swear I haven't cheated. I narrowed my eyes. Not physically, right? She flinched. Because that's the thing. People like to pretend emotional cheating isn't real cheating. But it is. It's just as bad. Sometimes worse. So let me get this straight, I said, leaning forward. You met this guy months ago. You've been talking to him, spending time with him, catching feelings for him. And now, instead of just admitting you're checked out of our marriage, you want to rebrand it as an open relationship so you don't have to feel guilty? Emily's face twisted. That's not fair. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. Oh, fair. Now you care about fair. She clenched her jaw, her hands gripping her thighs. I love you, okay? I don't want to lose you. But I also don't want to ignore this connection I have with Nathan. That's why I thought an open marriage could work. It wouldn't change what we have, but it would let you sleep with him, I finished. Her silence was all the answer I needed. I exhaled slowly, trying to keep my anger in check. And what about me, Emily? She blinked. What? If we did this, if I agreed, would I get to see other people too? Her reaction was instant. I mean, you could, but would you really want to? She sounded almost disgusted by the idea, like the thought of me being with another woman was offensive to her. And that's when it hit me. Emily didn't want an open marriage. She wanted a hall pass, a one-sided deal where she got to have her cake and eat it too, while I stayed loyal and faithful like a good little husband. I felt something inside me snap. You know what? I said, standing up. You're right, Emily. We should open the marriage. Her eyes widened in shock. Wait, really? I nodded. Absolutely. And I'll get started right away. Before she could say another word, I grabbed my keys and walked out the door. Because if she wanted to play this game, I was going to make damn sure she regretted it. She had no idea what was coming. I grabbed my keys and walked out before she could say another word. I needed air. I needed space. My heart was pounding, my hands shaking, but underneath all that anger, there was something else, something cold. She thought I'd roll over. She thought I'd just sit back while she had her fun. But if she wanted an open marriage, she was going to get exactly that. I spent the night at a hotel. Didn't text her. Didn't call. I let her sit in that silence, wondering where I was, what I was doing. And first thing in the morning, I started making moves. Step 1, I got on a dating app. I didn't waste time. I made a profile, threw up some decent pictures, and wrote a simple bio. Within minutes, I had matches. Lots of them. Turns out, a 32-year-old guy with his life together is a rare commodity. Step 2, I went home and acted completely normal. When I walked through the door, Emily was in the kitchen, sipping coffee, looking way too comfortable. Like she thought everything was fine now. Hey, she said cautiously. Where'd you go last night? I shrugged. Just needed to clear my head. She bit her lip. I was kind of worried. Good. I sat down, poured myself a cup of coffee, and gave her the most casual look I could manage. So, when's your date with Nathan? Her eyes widened. W what? You wanted an open marriage, right? I figure you've got plans with him. I took a sip. I've got a date tonight, too. I could see the panic bloom in her expression. You do? I nodded. Met someone online. She's cute. We're grabbing dinner later. Emily's grip on her mug tightened. That was fast. Why wait? I shrugged. I mean, this is what you wanted, right? Her jaw clenched. Yeah, of course. That's great. I just smiled. That night, I went on my date. Nothing serious, just drinks with a woman named Anna. She was sweet, fun, and most importantly, interested. And when she leaned in close, her hand brushing mine, I saw something in her eyes that I hadn't seen in Emily's for a long time. Actual desire. I didn't sleep with Anna. Not yet, but I knew I could have. When I got home, Emily was sitting on the couch waiting. Hey, she said, voice tight. Hey. I kicked off my shoes. How was your night? Fine. She was watching me carefully. How was your date? I smirked. Good. She wants to see me again. That hit hard. Emily's face fell just for a second before she forced a smile. That's all great. And that's when I knew she hated this. She thought she wanted an open marriage. But what she really wanted was to sleep with Nathan while I stayed home and waited for her. She never expected me to actually go out and have women want me. I leaned in, dropping my voice just enough. How's Nathan, by the way? You two make any plans yet? She hesitated. And then quietly, I haven't talked to him. Bingo. She could have. She had the perfect opportunity. But now that the door was open, she wasn't running through it like she thought she would. I just smiled. Well, don't wait too long. You wouldn't want to waste your freedom, right? Then I went to bed, and I made sure to leave my phone unlocked on the nightstand, just in case she wanted to see all the other women who were interested in me now. Over the next week, I kept doing exactly what I said I would. I went on dates. I stayed out late, and every time I came home, Emily was waiting, pretending to be fine, pretending she wasn't checking the clock, pretending she wasn't imagining me with someone else. At first, she tried to act supportive. She'd ask casual questions, so how was your date? Or what's she like? But her voice was always just a little too tight, her smile a little too forced. And when I started getting texts late at night from women I'd gone out with, yeah, she definitely noticed. I caught her glancing at my phone whenever it buzzed. I caught the way she gripped her wine glass a little harder when I chuckled at a message. And most of all, I caught the way she never brought up Nathan again. So one night, as I was getting ready to go out, I decided to push it. Hey, Em, I called from the bedroom. She was on the couch, pretending to scroll through her phone like she wasn't watching my every move. Yeah. I leaned in the doorway, smirking. You never told me. Did you ever go out with Nathan? She stiffened. I know. We haven't really talked. I raised an eyebrow. Why not? You seem pretty into him. She swallowed hard. I don't know. It feels different now. I nodded slowly, like I totally understood. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Then I grabbed my keys. Well, don't wait too long. You wouldn't want to miss your chance. And with that, I walked out the door, leaving her sitting there, stewing in her own mess. The next morning, Emily finally cracked. I was in the kitchen making coffee when she walked in looking like she hadn't slept all night. She stood there for a second, just watching me, before she finally spoke. I don't want to do this anymore. I didn't even look up. Do what? This. The open marriage. I thought it was what I wanted, but it's not. I took a slow sip of my coffee. Oh. What changed? She shifted uncomfortably. I don't like the idea of you with other women. I let that hang in the air for a moment before setting my mug down. Then I gave her the coldest look I could manage. Funny. I didn't like the idea of you with Nathan either. But you didn't seem to care about that. She winced. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I sighed, running a hand through my hair. So let me get this straight. When you wanted to sleep with someone else, it was about exploring and growth. But when I started seeing other people, suddenly it's a problem. She blinked rapidly, like she was about to cry. I just want us to go back to how things were. I exhaled sharply, shaking my head. Emily, there is no going back. You made a choice. And that choice showed me exactly where I stand in this marriage. Her breath hitched. I love you. I looked at her for a long time. Then I said the words I knew would break her. No, Emily. You love the idea of me. The safe, loyal husband who'd always be here, no matter what. But that's not love. That's convenience. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Please, I don't want to lose you. I stared at her, at the woman I'd once trusted, once adored, and I felt nothing. I picked up my coffee, took one last sip, and set the mug in the sink. Then, without another word, I turned and walked away. Because this marriage? It was already over. I spent the next few weeks living like a man who had just been set free. I went on dates, I stayed out late, I focused on myself. And Emily? She spiraled. At first, she tried to act like everything was fine, like she still had some control over the situation. She cooked my favorite meals, asked about my day, pretended we were still a normal couple. But I barely spoke to her, barely looked at her. Then came the jealousy. I started noticing how she'd linger near my phone when it buzzed, how she'd hover around the door when I was getting ready to go out. She wasn't saying anything yet, but the tension was suffocating. Then, one night, she finally snapped. I was coming home late from a date, feeling pretty good, when I walked into the apartment and found Emily sitting on the couch, arms crossed, face pale, eyes puffy. Where were you? She demanded. I sighed, shutting the door behind me. Out with her. I smirked. Which one? Her face twisted in anger. You're seriously enjoying this, aren't you? I tossed my keys on the counter. Enjoying what? Hurting me, she snapped. Rubbing this in my face. Going out every night, acting like I don't even exist. I let out a short, bitter laugh. Oh, now you don't like it. That's funny, Emily. Really funny. Because this is exactly what you wanted. Her lip quivered. I never wanted to lose you. I stared at her, shaking my head. No, you just wanted me to sit back and watch while you ran off with Nathan. But the second I started playing by the same rules, Suddenly, it's unfair. She wiped at her eyes, standing up. I made a mistake, okay? I was selfish, I was stupid, but I love you. And I want to fix this. I sighed, rubbing the bridge of my nose. Emily, this isn't fixable. Yes, it is, she insisted, stepping closer. We can go to therapy. We can work through this. I'll cut off Nathan, I swear. I'll do whatever it takes. I studied her for a long moment. Part of me wanted to believe her. Part of me wanted to remember the woman I married, the woman I had loved so deeply for years. But then I remembered the way she had looked at me that night, the excitement in her eyes when she first brought up an open marriage, the way she had laughed when I suggested I might see other women too. She never thought she would lose me. She never respected me enough to believe I had options. And now she was only sorry because she realized I wasn't the safe little backup plan she had counted on. I took a deep breath, then said the words I should have said weeks ago. I want a divorce. Her face crumbled. No, please no. I stepped back, keeping my voice firm. I deserve better than this, Emily. And you know it. Tears streamed down her face, but I didn't waver. Because for the first time in a long time, I felt free. She made her choice. Now I was making mine.